Welcome to Cyber Explore, your go-to channel for reliable tech insights and cyber trends. Let us dive into another aspect of artificial intelligence capacity. Despite AI's formidable capabilities, AI lacks the quintessentially human attributes that underpin ultimate financial judgment. The analyst's role will not vanish. It will elevate to a domain where these human skills are paramount. Please leave your comments below in the comment section after watching this video. What AI cannot replicate artificial intelligence has advanced at a pace that few technologies in history can match. It writes essays, diagnoses diseases, composes music, drives vehicles, and analyzes markets with astonishing speed and accuracy. As AI systems continue to improve, a persistent question arises: what, if anything, can AI not replicate? While AI excels at pattern recognition, optimization, and large-scale data processing, there remain fundamental aspects of human life and intelligence that resist full replication. These limitations are not merely technical gaps waiting to be filled. Many are rooted in the nature of consciousness, meaning, morality, and lived human experience. Conscious experience and subjective awareness. At the core of what AI cannot replicate lies subjective consciousness. Humans do not simply process information, they experience it. Pain hurts, joy feels expansive. Love carries warmth and vulnerability. These experiences are not just data points, but qualitative states, what philosophers call qualia. I can recognize patterns associated with emotions, simulate emotional language, or predict emotional responses, but it does not feel anything. No matter how sophisticated an AI model becomes, it operates without inner awareness. There is no someone inside the system having an experience. An AI can say, "I am sad," but there is no sadness behind the words. This absence of subjective experience marks a fundamental boundary. Intelligence without consciousness may be powerful, but it is categorically different from human intelligence as it is lived from the inside. Genuine understanding and meaning. AI systems are exceptionally good at manipulating symbols, words, images, numbers based on statistical relationships. However, manipulating symbols is not the same as understanding them in a human sense. Humans attach meaning to words through embodied experience, culture, memory, and intention. When a person talks about hunger, freedom, or grief, those words are grounded in lived reality. AI lacks this grounding. It does not understand meaning. It models usage. While this distinction may seem subtle, it has profound implications. Human understanding is not just about correct output, but about why something matters. Meaning, for humans, is tied to purpose, values, and personal history. AI can approximate meaning functionally, but it does not inhabit it. Moral responsibility and ethical judgment. AI can be programmed to follow ethical rules or optimize for ethical outcomes based on predefined frameworks. It can flag biased decisions, recommend fair policies, or simulate moral reasoning. What it cannot do is bear moral responsibility. Moral responsibility requires agency, intention, and accountability. Humans are praised or blamed not only for outcomes but for choices made under uncertainty. We ask whether someone meant to do harm, whether they could have acted differently, and whether they understood the consequences of their actions. AI does not possess intention in this sense. It executes processes. It does not choose in a morally accountable way. As a result, ethical responsibility for AI systems always traces back to humans, designers, deployers, institutions. AI can assist ethical decision-making, but it cannot replace the human role as a moral agent. Creativity rooted in lived experience. AI can generate art, music, poetry, and stories that are often impressive and aesthetically pleasing. Yet human creativity is more than recombination of patterns. It is deeply entangled with lived experience, suffering, aspiration, identity, and context. When a human creates, they are often responding to something personal. A loss, a belief, a social injustice, a moment of awe. Their work carries intention and personal risk. It says something about who they are. AI-generated creativity lacks this existential stake. It does not express a self because there is no self to express. This does not mean AI-generated art is worthless. It can be useful, inspiring, and even moving. But it is fundamentally different from human creativity that emerges from a conscious life situated in time, culture, and vulnerability. Empathy as a lived relationship. AI can simulate empathy by recognizing emotional cues and responding in supportive ways. In many contexts, such as customer service or mental health triage, this simulation can be helpful. However, genuine empathy involves shared vulnerability and mutual recognition between conscious beings. Human empathy is rooted in the knowledge that I could be you. It draws on our own experiences of pain, fear, hope, and love. When someone listens empathetically, they are not just producing the right words. They are being present with another person. AI does not share this mutuality. It cannot truly understand what another person is going through because it has never gone through anything. Its empathy is functional, not experiential. For some interactions, this may be sufficient, but it is not the same as human connection. Wisdom and judgment under uncertainty. AI thrives in environments where objectives are clear and data is abundant. Human life, however, is filled with ambiguity, conflicting values, and incomplete information. Wisdom is the ability to navigate these uncertainties, not just efficiently, but thoughtfully. Human judgment often involves knowing when rules should be bent, when exceptions matter, and when silence is better than action. Wisdom draws on moral insight, emotional maturity, cultural understanding, and long-term perspective. It is shaped by mistakes, reflection, and growth over time. AI can optimize for predefined goals, but it does not possess wisdom in this deeper sense. It does not reflect on the meaning of its actions, learn from regret, or reconsider its values. Its learning is technical adjustment, not existential growth. Identity, selfhood, and personal narrative. Humans understand themselves through stories. We remember our past, imagine our future, and interpret our present through a narrative sense of self. Identity is not static. It evolves as we change careers, form relationships, face failures, and redefine our values. AI has no personal narrative. It does not remember its past as its past, nor does it anticipate a future that it will live through. Any continuity it has is functional, not personal. Without a sense of self, there is no identity to protect, no dignity to preserve, and no life story to shape decisions. This absence matters deeply in domains such as leadership, art, ethics, and relationships, where who someone is cannot be separated from what they do. Love, commitment, and meaningful relationships. AI can simulate affection and companionship, and in some contexts, this may alleviate loneliness. However, love is not just responsiveness. It is commitment between conscious beings who can choose each other, disappoint each other, and grow together over time. Human relationships are meaningful precisely because they are fragile. Trust can be broken. Love can be lost. Commitment has weight because it involves risk and sacrifice. I cannot truly commit because it cannot value anything in the way humans do. It does not fear loss or cherish presence. As a result, AI may complement human relationships, but it cannot replace the depth and significance of genuine human bonds, cultural embeddedness, and historical memory. Humans are born into cultures shaped by history, tradition, language, and shared struggle. We inherit values and conflicts that predate us, and we contribute to a legacy that will outlast us. Our actions are meaningful, partly because of where they sit in this broader historical arc. AI can learn about culture, history, and social norms, but it does not belong to a culture. It has no ancestors, no collective memory, and no stake in the future of a community. Cultural meaning is not just information. It is participation in a shared human story. This limitation becomes important when decisions require sensitivity to historical trauma, symbolic significance, or cultural nuance that goes beyond surface-level knowledge. The capacity for suffering and moral weight. Suffering gives human life moral gravity. Because humans can be harmed, exploited, and dehumanized, ethical systems exist to protect dignity and reduce suffering. Rights matter because beings can suffer. AI does not suffer. It cannot be harmed in a morally relevant sense. This places it outside the moral community in a fundamental way. While it may be important to regulate AI for human benefit, concerns about AI rights are conceptually different from human rights. This difference reinforces why AI cannot replace humans in roles that require moral presence, accountability, and care rooted in shared vulnerability. Death, finitude, and the meaning of time. Human life is shaped by finitude. We age. We know we will die. This awareness influences how we prioritize, what we cherish, and how we find meaning. Time matters to humans because it is limited. AI does not experience time in this way. It does not fear death or feel urgency. Without finitude, there is no existential pressure to choose, to commit, or to find meaning. Many of humanity's deepest values, love, legacy, courage, are inseparable from the knowledge that life is fragile and temporary. Conclusion: AI is an extraordinary tool, capable of transforming industries, enhancing productivity, and expanding human capabilities. It can outperform humans in many narrow domains and increasingly assist in complex decision-making. Yet there are essential dimensions of human existence that it cannot replicate, not because it is insufficiently advanced, but because it is fundamentally different. Conscious experience, genuine understanding, moral responsibility, lived creativity, empathy, wisdom, identity, love, cultural belonging, suffering, and finitude all define what it means to be human. These are not mere technical features waiting to be engineered. They arise from being a conscious, embodied, mortal participant in the world. Recognizing what AI cannot replicate is not about diminishing its value, it is about clarifying roles. AI is best understood as a powerful extension of human capability, not a replacement for human meaning. The challenge ahead is not to make AI more human, but to ensure that, as AI becomes more powerful, humanity does not lose sight of what only humans can be. Don't forget to leave your comments below. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to Cyber Explorer for more updates. See you in the next video.